Power up the console lights. Press start, we're in for a ride. Ghosts in the shadows glide. Gamers unite side by side. Wield the force, let it flow. Fight the battles, feel the glow. Virtual world, watch it grow. In this realm, we're the show. XPN, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Ash and BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game, we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life, all it needs. KY bomb creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm, we all save. XPN, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Ash and BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game, we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life, all it needs. Hey, wipe off creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm, we all save. XPN, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Ash and BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the XPN Party Podcast instead of the XPL Party Podcast. As we know, XPL's on break till September, but with news that's come out and recent stuff, we thought, last minute thing, why not? Let's just do a show. Let's get together. Let's just chat about gaming, things that's going on in the world. Hope you like the new intro song. We literally was put together last minute by Ash. We got the song. Got the video. Let us know what you think. And obviously, we'll probably do one for XPL, maybe something a bit different, but hope you enjoyed it. Tonight, there's myself, and I'm also joined by the OG ambassador. I'm a Ghostbuster Ash. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
And how are you on this rainy Thursday evening in the UK?
It's nice. It's been nice to go to work and not sweat bollocks. Like, I come home and my balls are dry for a change. It's great. It's nice that we've got rid of this stupid heat wave. I can see I still got a fan on. It's still a bit warm. It's still a bit muggy. But overall, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My weekend started now. I'm off tomorrow, so I've got a nice long weekend.
Happy days. Yeah. Happy days. Just what you need. And also joined by the original creator of KY Jelly, KY Bob, host of Game Set Live. How are you this evening, sir? Is the weather nice in the US?
95 right now in Kentucky.
Oh,
95
is that hot?
And humid.
Yeah.
Kentucky's always got the humidity. The temperature is just the icing on the cake that makes it unbearable. Yeah, I've been doing good. You know, I'm like I was saying, you know, in the green room before the show, I've not turned on my console in 2 weeks. I've not even opened Steam on my PC in 2 weeks. I've been, I'm on day 34 working in a row. So I work night shift. So 34 nights in a row. And during the day, I've been trying to get my small business off the ground and getting the LLC started and getting certified and stuff. So it's been taking up a lot of my time. And I'm excited to hear about this news that I don't know about. Let's go.
That's it. Yes, disconnected from the gaming verse. So yeah, we've got a couple of things to talk about tonight. Well, I thought, you know, no point waiting until September to talk about. So what we'll talk about them this evening. Bob, I know you've not been playing anything, so I won't come to you, sir. But Ash, what have you been playing this week so far?
Do you know what? I've not played a lot, mainly because I've started a new job and I'm extremely busy, and I get home and I feel like I've died. I'm just so tired. It's been full on. One thing I have been playing, I played through Halo 1 with my son. He's 9. We played through Halo 1 and finished that, which was good because we actually got some of the... We played it on easy because obviously it's his first proper like FPS game. So, and do you know what? I love playing Halo on easy because you actually feel like a Spartan. Like, what's the point playing on Legendary and dying every 2 seconds? I'm supposed to be the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the world. Like, I want to run through hundreds and hundreds of enemies and just punch them in the face and they die. So we played that. We've just started Halo 3. We're about 2 or 3 levels into Halo 3. We're going to play it over the weekend. Other than that, I haven't sat and played a lot. I played a bit of COD, Modern Warfare 3. We had obviously the WWE event, but now that's over. I've had a little break. I felt like I kind of burnt myself out playing COD every night for about a week and a half straight. So I'll probably play it this weekend, but I'll not be going all in on it at the moment. I'm about 70% through the season pass, so I've got a while to go. So I'm having a breather. I'll be showing it in a minute on screen. I've been sent a copy of DayZ, so I'm going to have a try of playing that as well. So big thank you to the publisher for sending me that. Haven't got around to trying it yet, so it's on my backlog list. I played it on PC years ago when it first came out, but it was super, like, it was rough. So now it's on consoles and stuff, and it's been getting updates. I want to see where it stands nowadays. So that's probably one of the next things on my list. But yeah, there's just so much, and I haven't got any time. The joys of being an adult, you get all that time to have all that money to buy all the games you want, and then you have no time to play all the games you spent all your money on. So you're poor because you spent all your money and you still don't play the game. So you can't win. It's just life, mate.
Life.
DayZ, be very wary of people in an intersection asking for help. It happened to me.
Well,
the guy was in the middle of an intersection asking for medical aid, and I was like, sure, some dude just needs the help. So I come up and I'm like, yeah, what do you need? And then his 3 buddies jumped me from the sides and from behind, and I'm like, they beat me to death and stole everything I had. I was like, DayZ sucks.
That's the problem. I think that's what put me off playing it originally. I'm not the biggest survival game sort of guy. I like massive multiplayer online games, but I prefer like the MMO format where it's not just crafting and eating berries and shit to survive. That's one thing I don't like about like State of Decay and stuff like that, and Rust and all those games. I much prefer I like a narrative to my games over it being just do what you want and you'll pick up the story from tidbits spread all over the world and stuff. No, just give me the story, slap me in line, and I'll be a bit more like focused on what I'm doing. But I'm going to give it a go. And like I say, hopefully this should work. It should stream live while we're doing this show, so you should see the footage soon. I don't know how it's going to work. It's first time trying it on StreamYard. If it all goes to tits, I'll stream it properly tomorrow separately. But I might even stream it a bit more in the future. So let's find out, and you can all laugh at how bad I am. And you can give some feedback in the chat.
We will.
So do you start the game like you do in that Rust, where you're just naked?
I don't know yet. I've not. I've literally installed it today, and I'm on the press A to start the game screen. I've not touched it. I've not done anything. I'm going in like proper raw and
dry.
That's it. Yeah. So I'm going to get absolutely destroyed by pillagers and zombies and stuff or whatever's in it.
Well, let KY Bob tell you about this special substance that you can use so you don't have to go in raw and dry.
That is right.
But yeah, awesome. Yeah, same. I've been playing some Call of Duty. We did kind of that dropped in Game Pass, and we all just sort of like every day we've just been streaming it and playing it. And the stream's been courtesy of Shadow Mall, that's been streaming on the XPN network. I think he's streamed every day so far. He's been a bit of a champion really for us. He's been doing.
He didn't stream yesterday, but I said I was going to stream, and then I literally nearly fell asleep, so I didn't. So this is why I'm doing it today, because it's my bad. But he has been playing a lot of COD on the channel for us, so check it out. He's kind of doing it at a regular time as well, which is good. So
yeah. Well, we've had COD. Obviously, when we was all playing COD, he's been doing Back from the Dead's been joining him in COD as well. He's been doing some Battlefield 2042, Rocket League. I think we did a bit of No Man's Sky the other night. He doesn't
stream when Nicola's playing because she breaks him. It's great. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Because when we were just playing with Shadow Mall, because Shadow Mall's like level nearly 1,000 in Call of Duty, he was the better player. I'm not afraid to admit he's the better player at Call of Duty than me. But I don't have 1,000 hours a day to play games. I just don't, and I'm getting old, so I don't have that time. I don't have the reflexes anymore. But when Nicola is a regular in chat, she's also my daughter-in-law, mother of my grandchild. She's got even more hours in, a higher level than him. Yeah. So
she's like just level 900 and sad.
Yeah, she's the only person I know that's broken Muppet.
I was doing so good. Like for normal, I was doing all right, and then she came into chat, and I think I was bottom for like 3 games straight because I was just laughing to myself. It was hilarious because they're both. None of them can hear each other, and they're both saying stuff. It's great. It made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're having a right do at each other, and it was just hilarious. It was hilarious, but Muppets in chat. Thinberg, good to see you as well, sir. Masuku, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I know it was last minute. It was a last minute thing. It wasn't prepared like we normally are. It was just I just thought last minute. Anyone fancy doing it? Let's just jump in.
Here you go. I'm even playing as a ginger woman for you, Muppet, just to make you feel better, feel included. We're an inclusive podcast.
But it looks a lot like Muppet. That's very uncanny. Yeah, keep the shirt. Everything. It matches.
Let's go.
That's so uncanny.
Back.
As well as Call of Duty. I played a bit on Discord stream the other night, a bit of Jurassic World Evolution 2. I do like management games. I don't get as much time as I used to play often. But yeah, we did a couple of the story missions, quite enjoyed it. I want to get into the proper park building mode, but I'll probably pick another night and I'll do that. And also I've been playing No Man's Sky. It's just received the Worlds Apart Update 1, which they've added more detail into, the biomes, space, clouds, weather, sea, stuff like that. Stuff's happening in space as well as expeditions, which is like extra missions you can do on top to unlock more stuff and content. But Shadow Mall and Muppet I was both playing with, and Shadow Mall told me we'll never reach the center of the universe. So now I think, well, I'm going to have to now. So people have completed this game. The game has been finished. People have got to the center of the galaxy, and I want to get to the center of the galaxy now. So it's one of my missions that's what I want to do. So I'll be doing a bit more in that. And I want to start. I keep putting it off, and I don't know why. I keep putting it off, but I want to do more of Cyberpunk 2077. I want to start it. I bought it originally, and I had it on Xbox, and I got a refund the same day I bought it because it just wouldn't play. I killed someone. Literally, I was in my apartment building. I was coming out, and I killed someone that was kicking a vending machine. Killed them. And all of a sudden, all these coppers started piling out of the vending machine. They were just walking out of it, and they just kept killing me. I'd reload in. I had my eyeballs, my tongue, and my teeth, and nothing else. And then there was just police that just kept killing me as soon as I came out of my apartment. So I was like, no. applied for a refund, and I just said my kid bought it by accident, and refunded me straight away. And I repicked it up on PlayStation 5. I think it was $6.99. I got it on a really, really good offer. And now it's had every update it's going to have. They finished full development on it. The DualSense, it uses the DualSense haptics and adaptive triggers. So I'm thinking now's the time to jump into it. But it's getting round to jumping into it. It's like I want to play a bit of this, play a bit of this. But when it's an RPG, you sort of need to give it the majority of your time because of, the extensive like systems, subsystems, maps, and stuff like that. So, hopefully, what the hell are you wearing on your head?
I don't know. I don't know how you chose. I'm going first.
You're going to have a hard time licking the windows with that on.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Is there a way to look from the front at myself? Or there's a nice picture there. I can go first person, but can I go like? I can only ever see behind me. Can I never look at my face again?
I don't know, but
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I put the intro video on, and it just froze. So I'm gonna hide in this shed.
Yeah, but it's quite a good representation of Muppet though. Fabio, welcome and good evening, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's just like out of nowhere they decided to do a show, and I'm like, well, okay, no worries then.
You missed the new intro video, which you'll hear when we finish. Yeah, we've got a new song that plays, so we'll let you hear that when we finish the show. Again, it's not a long show. It's not the XPL Party Podcast. It's literally. I just thought there's a few bits to talk about, and I didn't really want to wait till September to start talking about them. So I thought it'd be we'll just do an impromptu XPN Network podcast, and that's where we're at now. But Fabio, what have you been playing this week so far, sir?
Mainly, of course, I've been playing some Halo, but honestly, what I've been playing the most has been Tekken 8.
I didn't think you was a fighter game kind of guy.
I really enjoy some fighting games. Honestly, I wasn't like a player that spent so much time practicing and going on online ranked matches and this and that. But with Tekken 8 and with some announcements that the game has made in terms of DLC, I was yeah, I need to play more of Tekken 8, and it has been a blast. I decided to go on, play some ranked matches. Some I'm learning a lot. Sure, some I win, others I lose, but other than that, it is such a what the fuck is that character?
put that helmet back on because it's that look on his face. It
God,
looks so hilarious.
My goodness, what the fuck is that?
It's Muppet.
Yeah.
Ash has made Muppet.
Oh, it's amazing. So
a female Muppet.
And other than that, that's pretty much it. It's such a great game. And by the way, Unreal Engine 5 and 60 FPS, 1080p on the Series S, it's really well done.
I didn't realize the Series S could do 60 frames.
It's amazing.
So
no, seriously, yeah. I wasn't taking the mic. I didn't actually know the Series S could do 60 frames. Honestly, I didn't realize. Which is awesome. So tonight's topics include Xbox's financials are in, Bungie layoff staff, Warner Brothers desperate to sell off their content. But before we get into all that goodness, just like to remind you, if you would like to support the channel, be a part of what we do, have a say in the things that we do, you can join and become a XPN XPN subscriber member for as little as 99p, where you get exclusive videos, content, help. We do polls where we can suggest and things that we do. join us in game streams. You know, we're always playing something. Shadow Mall, he's been streaming literally every day, different games, and everyone is welcome to join. Just hit us up in the Discord. All the descriptions, I think, are in the description for the show. If not, I will get them added in there, or you can find us over on the XPN network on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Just a shout out to everyone in chat. Muppet, Finber, KY Bob, you're on the show, so I need to shout you. Masuku, thank you for everyone joining us. Again, it is a last minute show, just a bit of fun, just a bit of a chat. KY Bob has been absolutely blackout from gaming news and gaming for 2 weeks. So everything we talk about this evening is we're going to get his raw, live, uncut opinions of. So with all that said, let's get into the first thing. Xbox the other day, Microsoft announced their physical quarter and how their revenue's been doing. Today, we're just going to be looking at the Xbox and gaming side of things. So directly from The Verge, Xbox content and services revenue, which includes Xbox Game Pass, is up by 61% this quarter. Activision Blizzard revenues have once again contributed to the majority of the revenue here, which is 58% of net impact. Without Activision Blizzard revenues, Xbox content and services revenue still have been up 3% year over year. So that's kind of like the important bit. We were announced back in February 34 million subscribers, which includes Game Pass Core, which was previously Xbox Live Gold, and they incorporated that into Xbox Game Pass. So I suppose the way we're sort of looking at it, because we know hardware was down. I think that was down 41% this year on year, which is not a surprise, especially when Xbox are advertising no need for a console, play cloud, get a Fire Stick, play on your mobile, play on your PC. So, you know, they've not helped themselves there by saying you don't need a console, which clearly we're going to see now with this late into the generation. There's going to be a reduction in console sales, which we would see across the board.
PlayStation's down as well, isn't it? So
PlayStation's down as well. It's
just
not
got
just
money.
Yeah. It's not just Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo as well. Nintendo Switch are down. I think they dropped, was it 40%, 42%? Yeah. So they're also dropping in hardware sales. But like I say, from the content and services revenue, which is obviously your Game Pass, as well as people buying software, yes, it is up 61%, but only 3% of that is actual Xbox. The only reason it's showing up 61% is because of Activision Blizzard. So I suppose the question to the panel is that what more can Xbox do to actually increase content and services revenue? Is there something different they could do? Is it more games we need, more deals we need, a better subscription model? Fabio, seems you were last one in. You can be the first one to go. What's your thoughts on the content and revenue? Xbox side is only 3%, and 58% of that is Activision Blizzard.
Well, it's actually all Xbox now. Honestly, I really love how everybody is still acting like when it comes to something positive, it is always like this is separate. But when something bad happens, it's all this is all the same thing. It's all just one giant thing. Like you're like, why is it two separate things when it's good, and why is it just one thing when it's bad? So like it is okay. Like 58% is Activision Blizzard, which guess what? Is Xbox. The same way as if you would say to me that Minecraft had an increase. So yeah, that's Xbox as well. I'm sorry, they acquired the studio. That means it was a good buy then. Simple as that.
Yeah, true.
But like
But-
the
Sorry,
same way as like we don't talk about Insomniac games as just, oh yeah, this is completely something separate from Sony, or Bungie, this is now completely something separate from Sony. No, it's all under the same umbrella. It's all PlayStation, which is fair and good enough. It's different if I was comparing like Xbox and Capcom. You know what I mean? But like
Mhm.
answering your question honestly, like how would they increase their revenue in terms of services? I mean, it would just probably be my answer would be just the simplest. I think it would just be uh give every single game on Game Pass, like every single Activision title there is available on Game Pass. That will give you a boost, like every single previous Call of Duty, maybe some titles that are not listed anymore would bring up some people, like the Transformers Fall of Cybertron or Deadpool, the game, especially because we are still on the hype for the movie. I haven't seen the movie, no spoilers, please, but that would be something as well that would be quite interesting. And other than that, I don't know, acquiring more studios or publishers. That would be a nice start. Like, um, especially if you are acquiring studios or publishers which give you something where you don't have too much focus on. Like, I would love for Xbox to acquire the studio, or either, I don't know, the studio that made Virtua Fighter from Sega, or or NetherRealm Studios, because from Mortal Kombat, because like Xbox hasn't had a fighting game in years. Their only fighting franchise, Killer Instinct, they just released a new patch, the anniversary patch, which is like giving you the next gen features for the Killer Instincts from 2013. But like, try to bring the audience from games where you don't have that much focus, like, especially because, like, for example, going still with the fighting community, why does the majority of the fighting community go to PlayStation or go to PC? Because most of their games are going to be there for sure. Not just that, like, PlayStation owns Evo, which is their biggest like tournament event, fighting event of the year. So like, that's going to attract people. If you put a notable fighting game studio like NetherRealm into the Xbox family, there's tons of people. There are now, holy shit, like Mortal Kombat is going to be on Xbox and is going to be day one on Game Pass, so I'm going to be there now. Like, so just to sum up, yeah, just
Yeah.
put in every single game that you have available in your library on Game Pass for sure, and buy more studios to generate the hype.
Can the again? Obviously, we'll come to the Warner Brothers stuff shortly, but because obviously the stuff with FTC is still ongoing. They've got a court date coming up. Is it October? I think it is. It's going back to court again. It's like, can Xbox even buy anything else? Would they even consider it with the current case still ongoing? In your opinion, can they buy something else? Whether it be a big studio, small studio, they can't get a big publisher like anything
No,
like
no, no, not
Ubisoft,
at all.
EA. They couldn't touch anything like that.
Yeah.
But
No, but individual studio, or like 5 studios, 7 studios, something like that. Not a publisher, not an entire publisher, but like some studios for sure. I don't see any problem with that. I don't think it's going to cause such a commotion or something like that, because the Activision Blizzard deal was like 70 billion dollars. That's like a huge amount of money for one company, and like, that was like one of the biggest publishers ever when it comes to Activision Blizzard King. It's different from the situation where, like, the Bethesda acquisition. Bethesda big? Yes, Bethesda is a big publisher, but like, it was $7.5 billion.
but I suppose the other way, I look at it is, would anybody want to sell to Microsoft Xbox, because literally every company they've taken on, they've laid a hell of a lot of staff off, and they keep laying staff off. I know it's industry wide. I'm not singling out Microsoft Xbox. It is industry wide, but it's like, why would anybody want to be acquired knowing there's a very high percentage that a X percentage of the staff will be laid off?
Well, if you're part of the support staff, then that's a given. I mean,
yeah,
HR, you don't need different departments to
exactly. So
yeah,
and like, why would you then accept being acquired by any studio or publisher that is not, or like any big company that is not Nintendo? Nintendo is the only company that throughout the gaming industry has been like pro developers and pro that, like, they have been the most benevolent and pro developer ever. The moment where the head of Nintendo decided to take a pay cut so they could keep their employees on the when the Wii U was being a disaster for the company, as well as like Nintendo gave raises to their employers so we could increase their morale in this, in like a financial difficult time, so they can like have more morale, make a better work, and deliver better games. Like, other companies haven't been doing that, and like, again, why would you accept being acquired by not just Xbox then? If we are going with that logic, why would you accept being acquired by anyone besides Nintendo then?
yeah. Is it Nintendo were the only company that don't name their studios? It's all just shown as Nintendo. I know they had third-party studios like Game Freak and things like that.
I now that you mention, I really don't know any name of any Nintendo studio. Like, I think it's everything just
No,
Nintendo.
they do name them. They do have names, and they do own some like named, like they bought studios. But when it comes to the games, for some reason they like to just say, they don't like to tell you who's made them. So surprise pie.
Yeah, it's a surprise. See who's done what, who's made what. Okay, right, Bob. What do you think? You've got 58% of the revenue increases from Activision Blizzard, and only 3% of that is from the Xbox side. Is it kind of, Microsoft Xbox looking at it was that they needed Activision Blizzard because had they gone to the board to do, the board of directors and shareholders for their quarterly earnings and only shown a 3% increase, could that have been a risk of funding being cut from Xbox? Could that have been a possibility? Because we were there at one point in the Xbox One generation where the revenue increase before Satya Nadella. Was it before Satya Nadella with Xbox One?
No, it was Satya Nadella. He asked Phil Spencer, why should we continue to invest on gaming?
Yeah. Could we have seen that situation again if they hadn't acquired Activision Blizzard? Where are you at on it, Bob?
Well, if we're going by last year, I mean, we've not had a lot of stuff drop into Game Pass. I mean, we've got all these studios, and we know that this year and next year are going to be very big years. So, yeah, I mean, I expect the gain that they've got, I expect that to be from Activision Blizzard. The 3% year over year, I mean, it would have been a lot better the last 4 years if these studios have been churning out games, but they haven't, and that's not really getting started until this fall, which it looks like everything's going to start falling into place and games are going to start getting churned out. And the biggest thing that's happened in the last 2 years is Activision Blizzard getting bought by Xbox, and now those games are starting to come into Game Pass. And so, yeah, I don't see a problem with what is increased being Activision Blizzard, like Fabio said, yes, it is Xbox now. I mean, whenever they've ever acquired any other studios, even when they acquired Bethesda or ZeniMax, they never said, well, this is just because of Activision or Bethesda. But now they're saying, well, this is just because of Activision Blizzard. Yeah, I see it, but I mean, the studios are finally starting to get their footing, and maybe next year we won't refer to it as Activision Blizzard. Maybe next. Well, no, I'm sure we still will. They're a pretty big entity. It's not going to be. It'll be many, many, many moons before they're thrown into the same gambit as Xbox. But yeah, it's just what's expected. I mean, 3% year over year. That's been okay, I guess, to a point. And the Activision Blizzard is expected to be a big boost, and going into a shareholders meeting saying, well, this is where we're at, and this is why we made this acquisition. And so, see, here's the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. Hypothetically, what direction do you think Xbox would have gone had they not acquired Activision Blizzard? Do we think that we would have seen more cuts to budgets, more layoffs, possibly closer studios, possibly go more into the third-party route? Do you think we could have seen something along them lines? Because it's obvious the acquisition was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. I think we can all agree on that.
Maybe another acquisition instead of the Activision Blizzard?
Yep. Because one of the things that people were talking about, and it does make sense, is because Microsoft always wanted to invest on the mobile space when it comes to gaming. And their options were either we acquire a bunch of small studios or we acquire Zynga, but then Zynga got acquired by Take-Two, or we acquire King, and that's under Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard is not going to give King just for itself, so let's just acquire the entire thing. And remember the documents from I don't know if it was the FTC, the CMA, I don't know where this was reviewed, but there is a document saying that Microsoft was thinking about buying Sega and Bungie, actually, and then they decided to move and acquire Activision Blizzard King.
Yeah. It's obviously it was the right way to go. I don't think anyone else they would have purchased had they not gone Activision Blizzard route. I know Phil Spencer said in an interview that they had like Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, and Plan E, but I don't think anyone else they would have purchased would have come close to what Activision Blizzard King have brought them. I think it would have been. Nothing would they wouldn't be seeing the numbers we're seeing if they hadn't been acquired by them, which again I think is great for Xbox. I think it keeps them more in the game, if you will. It puts them in a strong position because of all the IP they now own, all the online games they now own, the MMOs, everything that they own now is just literally, it's all money coming in. They've got big numbers, big teams, a lot of staff, but they're also having that money coming in, and it seems they are all in on Xbox. And the longer they stay in on Xbox, hopefully the more consoles that we see, because I'm a console player, I'm not a PC player. I don't really want to play using a Fire Stick or an app on my TV. I like a console. I like going to the shop or delivered from Amazon, that new console, opening that new console, setting it up and finding a place on the shelf where it can go. I like the feel of a controller. So hopefully it just makes the future stronger for Xbox and we start seeing more increased revenue, and hopefully get the announcement of the next gen that we will again see a big uptake in hardware this time, because this time they'll have all these games in the service for when you buy that new console day one, which will hopefully attract more people, pull more people in when choosing, because it's always that decision, isn't it? You know, your next PlayStation, next Xbox are out, and you weigh up which way you're going to go. Whereas like the last generation, I went PlayStation 4. I did get an Xbox One very late in the generation, and then when it came to the new consoles, I went with the Xbox Series X. I went with that, and yeah, I have got a PS5 now, but I got that a year later. So hopefully it'll give Xbox a good start to the next gen. I can't see much happening in hardware sales wise with these new consoles coming out this holiday. I don't really see a high demand for the diskless Series X or a bigger SSD drive Series S. I just don't think they're going to really move the needle. If anything, I would say that was a waste of investment. I think people that have got consoles have got them. The only way you're really going to sell new consoles is like Black Friday deals, January sales, things like that. But looking at the prices of the digital consoles, I don't think you're going to see a big discount in that side of stuff. Ash, what about yourself? I'm sure I just saw you before. Did you just kill another player?
I think I killed another player, and then I chopped him into pieces, and then I ate his insides.
You ate his insides. Well, yeah, I can see that you're flashing that you need water.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and now there's zombies. Hang on. Oh, and now, oh my god. Oh,
Wait. This is not a recorded footage.
No.
You're actually playing right now.
He's playing live, and he died.
This fucking...
And he died. So where are you, Ash? Where are you on it? Xbox side of stuff, just Xbox Studio side of stuff. Games revenue is only up 3% year on year, whereas Activision they contribute 58%.
Well, they've only released Activision games. The only game they released that wasn't Activision was Hellblade, and no one played it, which is a shame because it's a very good game. But
yes.
it's a niche game. It was always a niche game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they report it separately. Like they don't still report Bethesda separately. Just say it's Xbox, and they'll leave it at that.
I don't think they can they?
Die, though.
No, they can. It's all under the same entity.
No, yeah, but it's all under the Microsoft gaming umbrella, but they're all sister companies.
Okay,
so they run independently.
Because if they hadn't bought Activision, they'd be up shit creek. But they've now got literally one of the biggest games. I mean, hang on, let's just go to the store. This is obviously Xbox's. What do you call it? It's not up to date, but they own Minecraft right up there in the top.
Forza.
Yeah, Forza, and then top 3 games, Call of Duty. Do you know what I mean? If they weren't, they'd be much worse off. So, like having those in these couple in the top few, you've got to think this is obviously slightly behind. There's probably more things getting updated and stuff like that, but they definitely made the right choice buying Activision in terms of business, because they've now made a lot of money from it. Mm-hmm. Will it appease everyone? No, because not a lot of the games are going to go first, like exclusive, which I see why they're not, but at the same time, I don't care. I own all consoles; it doesn't bother me. I'd just like to see they've got this wealth of Activision IP, and we're only just getting like Crash Bandicoot on Game Pass,
which dropped today. Yeah, good. Yeah. Glad you mentioned that. Yeah, that has dropped today. The Insane Collection has dropped today on Game Pass. It was rumored to come end of August, but they've dropped it today. So that's it's something new from Activision Blizzard side of things. We now have the Insane trilogy of Crash Bandicoot.
If it was me though, why they're not? Like they spend all these money on these controllers and stuff that you can't actually buy. You can only win, like the Wolverine and Deadpool bum controllers. Why not spend some of that money and renew the license for all the Activision Wolverine and Deadpool games? Like how big would that have been? Deadpool and Wolverine comes out same day. They drop the Deadpool game and Wolverine Origins, and even maybe something like Marvel Ultimate Alliance into Game Pass, or save Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Drop that when a new Marvel movie comes out. Like they have this wealth of content. There's a brand new Transformers film coming out later this year. Drop the Transformers games when it comes out. Like actually link into everything.
Ash, because like when it comes to fucking marketing, Xbox really sucks.
Yeah, that's it. I
think they need to make a blood sacrifice of everyone from the marketing team there. It's for it to start being good, because Jesus fucking Christ, why are they doing that?
It just baffles me. It baffles me. They've got a wealth of properties, and they've just put the price up on Game Pass. They could have literally negated some of that issue. Yes, the price is going to go up. It's going to piss people off. But also, the same day it goes up in price, we're adding a big chunk of games that we already have in our catalogue. Not new games, but like classics you love. Oh, there's Tony Hawk's. Oh, there's Spyro. Ooh, all that sort of stuff. And they haven't done it. I don't understand that. But yes, the company, they're making money. The consoles are going to die because you don't need them. I think after the next gen, I think the cloud will take over. I am blown away by how good cloud gaming is at the moment. I did a video about Boostroid the other day, and I said myself, I was always a naysayer of cloud. I've always said, it's not that great, but I've recently really liked it. And as soon as I get my better internet, I'll probably play a lot more cloud than native for new releases, because I don't have to download stuff and everything. I can try it on cloud.
Are you saying that Stadia has won, even in death? Stadia has won. That's what you're trying to tell us.
Gamers won. I mean, if you look at the new Boosteroid edition this week, they've started to add all of the brand new Game Pass releases to Boosteroid, all the indie games and stuff.
Okay.
Pal World and stuff's on there. So imagine, though, this is what Microsoft should be doing on their own service, but at least we're getting it in some form. All these new games are coming out on Game Pass, and a week later, they're added for cloud gaming. I'm like, yeah, great, that's fantastic. I'm all up for that. So, check Boosteroid out, guys. I'm gonna put a link in chat. Support the channel. Check out Boosteroid, because they've partnered up with us and let me have a try of the program the last couple of months. It's been ace. I honestly,
wait, they did? What?
Yeah, they gave me a load of free time to try it. I don't get the 4K streams, because you have to pay extra for 4K. Like you have to have like a premium. So when I've just been given like a handful of hours, but the fact that it's been so enjoyable is weird. Do you know what I mean? Like I never thought I would like it that much. So it's definitely worth checking out. I will get the link now. I can't remember what it is.
Is it a paid like Boosteroid? What is Boosteroid? If you won't mind explaining to us in the chat.
So
what Boosteroid actually is.
So Boosteroid is like an NVIDIA GeForce Now, where if you own the games or you have them in a subscription, you can. And let me see if I can share it on my screen. Stop screen. I'll put that back on in a minute, guys. Don't you worry. Window Boosteroid.
Yeah, we'll see.
So this is Boosteroid. I don't know if it's showing up.
Yeah.
So you can basically free to play games you can play on it and stuff like that. Xbox, they haven't got them all on, but they're slowly but surely adding a ton of them. If you have Game Pass, you just log into your Xbox account and it unlocks them so you can play them. I believe you do have to pay for it. There is a fee for it, same as NVIDIA GeForce Now, but it's not just Xbox. You can connect your Battle.net account, your EA account, Epic Game Store account, Rockstar Game account, Wargaming.net account, and stuff like that as well. And you can then basically, if the games have been added, you can play all of them. And like I say, they've added a ton of stuff quite quickly now, especially with Xbox. They've got that partnership with Xbox and stuff like that, which is awesome. I just don't have time. I've been playing Evil West a lot. Evil West is awesome. I recommend that no end. So, yeah, check it out. Like that link there, I think you can sign up for either a free trial or like a limited time offer. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but anyone who signs up, it does help the channel. But I found as long as you've got about 70 meg internet, 70 meg download, about 10 meg upload, you'll have a really good streaming sort of, I'm trying to think the word, experience is probably the best one. I had very few issues when I was streaming it at 70 meg. At home, I'm on about 35 to 40, and most games work fine. The only one I found that doesn't work for me is Gears of War 5. I don't know why, but it is unplayable on my internet at the moment over cloud. Other games, I've played Left 4 Dead 2. I was like, yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, I'll jump back into that. Ran like I was playing it on native software at 32 meg download, 6 meg upload. So it's a cool little system. It's when I started on it, it didn't have a huge amount of games. It was literally just after they announced that partnership with Microsoft, but now they've been adding more and more and more. I didn't get 70 meg. I was on holiday in the arse end of Wales, like 5 minutes from the sea in this remote little village in this holiday cottage, and it had better internet than I had at home, Daz. So I'm waiting. Quick line, sort your shit out. I keep moaning about them on Facebook. It's supposed to go live this month and it hasn't, or last month and it hasn't yet. So, yeah, it's good. Check out Boosteroid. Give it a go. If you've played GeForce Now, you'll know exactly the sort of thing you're going to get, but not just Xbox games are on it. It's got Steam. It's got all your other platforms. Whereas I think GeForce Now is just Steam library. But I could be wrong. I haven't tried that. They don't send me a copy. So
PlayStation, is PlayStation there?
No, but it should be. Do you know what? If a streaming company can get multiple console makers onto it, if they could get PlayStation on this with like their PS Plus games, it'd be a game changer. All those PS3 games and stuff like that you can stream on your PS5. Being able to play them on my PC now and again is great because, like, I record when I'm streaming Boosteroid. I've done a few video reviews you've probably seen on the channel. That's all recorded while streaming. So
right.
I'm not recording it on Xbox and then reviewing the Boosteroid version. I'm literally recording what I'm playing on Boosteroid. So it makes it much easier for me than having to like record on my Xbox, transfer footage over, or digging out the capture card and everything, moving my Xbox into a different room and that. So it's cool. Obviously, there's not a huge amount of games yet, but they are getting added all the time. And they had a drop on Xbox the other day of 13 awesome games, to be fair, like Still Wakes the Deep, awesome. Dungeons of Hinterberg, awesome. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 is really good. Pal World's on there, Power Wash Sim. Turtle Shredder's Revenge is awesome. Sea of Stars is an amazing RPG. Vampire Survivors is on there and stuff like that. So there's all sorts of stuff, and more get added all the time. So check out our channel. I'll be putting news videos on, updating it as and when, basically.
Awesome. And as Ash put, the link is in the chat. If you use our link, you do support the show, which helps us, which means we can bring you more content, more things, and future giveaways. Sorry, I just sent my mic absolutely flying because I'm a dick. But let's move on. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll do a giveaway at some point during the show. I've got a code and no one claimed it on Twitter. It's an OG game. It's an Xbox game worldwide. I will drop it into the thing running across the screen later on in the show. So I was going to put it on Twitter, but we've got a 5-game giveaway going live at the moment, so I may as well give it to the people that are coming to watch. So keep your eyes peeled and get ready.
Redeem. You could just give it to me.
Fabio, it's worldwide. It doesn't work in Brazil.
I live in Mars. I forgot about that.
Right, let's move on. Let's move on. As Fabio did allude to earlier, Warner Brothers is looking at licensing its IP to other game studios. There was the rumors that they were looking to sell off the gaming division, but the CEO David Zaslav has come out and actually said that he's
What's his name again?
Zaslav. Zaslav.
I thought he said Zazu. I was like, we're talking about
Zazu.
Lion King now?
I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Zazu.
Zazu. I'm talking
let's
about
go
the
with
Lion
Zazu.
King now.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king. I love that film. It made me cry when Mufasa died. I was
Spoilers,
Traumatized.
goddammit.
traumatized me as a kid.
How about the live action? Did you cry during the live
I
action?
hated it. I hated the problem with the live actions, right? This is the problem with the new Disney. The original cartoon films, Aladdin, Lion King, and Jungle Book, all them films.
Mulan.
The cartoons were brilliant, amazingly done. The music, the characters, amazing. And then you get the live actions that he's copying word for word, and it just doesn't go. It just doesn't work. It's awful. You know, I'll forever hate Elton John for re-recording Circle of Life. It upsets me. It upsets me that they did that. It was the cartoon's amazing, but the live action, they shouldn't exist. It's like all these, new Star Wars films that they made. They shouldn't exist. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. I like the t-shirt, Bob. I really like the t-shirt. Big Star Wars fan, but I don't like the new films.
Not even 7?
No.
Episode 7 was good.
But
Episode 9 was horrendous. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
But yeah, continue. Sorry.
But people won't really take me seriously because I liked the prequel trilogy. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is my favorite Star Wars film. I love that film. Absolutely adore that film.
Great.
I can see Bob's. I can see he's hit a nerve there. Go on, Bob. What's the favorite Star Wars film?
He can't say nothing. He has a poster of Duke Nukem Forever. He can't say shit. Just kidding.
Actually, I've got 2 posters back there. The first poster is the original release date, and the second poster that you can't see because of the shelf is when they changed the release date.
Okay, fair enough.
20 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I liked 7. 7 was just it gave all the fans
hope,
what they had waited so long for, and that was a return to the Star Wars universe with the passing of the torch from old characters to new characters. But my favorite of the series is 6. It's Return of the Jedi.
My favorite of the series is 5, honestly.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I think that is a masterpiece in every single way, honestly.
Problem I've got with Return of the Jedi, and I've always wondered, when the Ewoks they captured the crew, yet they had a perfectly sized dress for Leia. Where the fuck did they get that dress from? Did they kill someone that was her exact measurements and they just happened to keep the dress? Where did they get it from? Don't make sense.
They made it for her.
No, have you seen what they wear and the materials they had?
What? So what?
No. I'm going with the theory that they had killed previous women and they just kept all the dresses and she just tried them on and one fit. That's what I'm going with. It's the only explanation. It's the only explanation because they were going to cook it. They were good, you had Luke and Han ready to go on the fire to be roasted.
Okay,
And so it's like,
okay.
clearly they eat
So,
people. They eat people.
okay, so that doesn't make sense. But on your favorite film from the series, like she lost the will to live, makes total sense whatsoever. She decides to like fuck it if I'm going to just make my children have to take care of themselves alone. I will die here because I lost the will to live. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's known to happen. But these little Ewoks that wear literally brown rags, where did they get the material from? Where did they make the dress from? They didn't make the dress because they've been murdering people. Anyone that had turned up to the planet, they've been murdering them. They found they murdered loads of women. Why loads of women were going there, I don't know. Maybe they heard a rumor that Ewoks was the way to go. I don't know. But clearly they killed people to get that dress. It's not like they just happened to make one and have it sat aside. See, no one's got an explanation. That is the best one you've got.
Makes no fucking sense. But yeah, let's continue.
How does it not make sense?
It
How
doesn't.
does it not make sense?
The same way it doesn't make sense for people to just say,
Where did the dress come from? Where did the dress come from?
No, it's just like the same way as people are going to say like Star Wars is shit because there's no sound in space. It's a fucking movie, goddammit.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Right, let's move on. We'll let that one go. Warner Brothers, as we were just saying, they are pretty much now, because obviously we've Suicide Squad that came out that literally sales have dropped, is one of the worst performing games they've ever brought out, which isn't a surprise because
I mean,
they should have cancelled the Batman or the Superman game.
Again, they didn't lie. It was literally a Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It was literally a Suicide Squad.
Only play this game if you are fed up with life.
No, that was their kamikaze strategy. Let's release that game, and that's it. I think the game is fun. Honestly, I did have one hell of a time playing it. I really enjoyed it. But I do agree that when it comes to the live service portion, or if you go back and remember how Rocksteady was with the Batman Arkham series, you're like, geez, what the fuck has happened to you guys?
Yeah. It's that bad of a game. Avengers closed last year before, and it still has more players in it than what Suicide Squad does.
Oh.
That is how bad it is. But anyway,
hola, Nikki.
what's done is
I
done.
quite enjoyed the lores of Sesame Squad, though.
Sesame Squad.
You can't use the S word on YouTube.
You can't?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, no, didn't think of that. Yeah, good point.
Okay, so
But-
how about Suicide?
Shit Squad.
Just
Let's
too
go with the
close.
Shit Squad. But it's gone. The game, it has got the season. It has got another season coming.
Yeah,
next
Mr.
month.
Freeze. No,
You
it's
said-
already there. It's already here. Mr. Freeze.
Oh, is it?
You can now unlock Mr. Freeze as a playable character, where you're going to be grinding to get enough level for you to then battle Brainiac once again, and then unlock Mr. Freeze as a playable character. Honestly, I don't mind that. I do have fun. I intend to go back and play the game to unlock Mr. Freeze, because I did that to unlock the Joker. And I don't know, just a combat gameplay from Suicide, the Bath Squads, the Toaster Bath Squad. I don't know what name we're giving to this shit anymore. It's quite entertaining. It's quite a good time.
It's a good time.
Finbar, you've never watched Star Wars. You've never watched a Star Wars film. That's insane. That's absolutely insane to me. And I thought everyone has watched a Star Wars film. Everyone's seen something Star Wars. It's literally constantly there's something coming out that's Star Wars. That's a shock. That's a shock. I must admit. But But yeah, so they're looking at licensing out its IP. So they're not selling the studios; they're looking to license out the IP. Which is quite strange with the strategy that they've sort of gone with, because James Gunn's taken over the DC universe. He's rewriting it. The games will link into the films link into the TV shows, and vice versa. So I can't imagine other studios, publishers, developers wanting to take one of these IPs to make a game and literally be told literally what they can and can't do, what they can and can't say, and what law it can and can't follow. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. But it has been reported that Phil Spencer has made calls and he is interested in licensing IP. Is this a good move for Xbox? Does Xbox need licensed IP, or should they just concentrate on this shitload of IP that they've got that they haven't even touched yet? Fabio, go with you first. What do you think? Is it a good move? Should Xbox even be interested in going for them?
When it comes to getting one of Warner Brothers IPs?
It's licensing. No, it's not owning. It's just licensing.
No, yes, but like making a game based on that and making a deal with Warner Brothers for that, just like Sony has been doing with Spider-Man from Disney, of course, no worries. Yeah, for sure. Vamos intimidar.
What's that? What does that mean, Fabio?
She's saying for us to intimidate you. Speaking Portuguese.
Should I put her on a ban?
No qual eu poderia muito bem ficar falando português aqui, vocês não vão entender absolutamente nada do que eu tô falando e vai ser é isso aí.
What?
Just your faces is amazing.
Fabio, my response to what that statement you just said, yes, I will go buy you a nice pack of crayons.
Red ones.
You can have any color you want. As long as
Reds
you don't
and greens.
put them
Reds
where
and
you used to
greens.
put them. But yeah, sorry, Fabio, carry on. What does that mean? No.
No, it's because like saying that intimidar is equivalent for you to intimidate someone is like bullying someone.
Bullying is not accepted in today's culture, Nicola, and if you carry on, we will have to ban you for life. I'm sorry. Yeah, Fabio, with the
Yeah, for sure.
Microsoft interested in the Warner Brothers IP.
Just do it. Like I honestly, if they are going to make a licensing deal, or if they are going to acquire studios or whatever the case it is going to be, Nick is just crazy. Okay, she just said, "Shut the fuck up, bald."
I'm surprised she can actually. I'm assuming she's using some sort of translator thing because she can barely speak English. So
I think it would be quite interesting if she knew Portuguese. That would be nice. Okay, but like continuing.
She doesn't have the intelligence for that.
Oh my lord! Like continuing. God damn it! Like if they manage to get Batman or make a deal for you to, I don't know, a Lego Halo game, whatever the fuck. Like either or Mortal Kombat for you to then do something with that. I don't know, like either get something with, and this is like valid for both licensing deals or just acquiring the goddamn studios. It's just like get Rocksteady, get NetherRealm, and get TNT, which are the guys that do the Lego games there. So like just do it. It's going to be worth it.
I put Nicola on the timeout. I think she needs to be put in the corner again, face the corner, sit on the bottom step for a while.
God damn it.
You need to learn your place, Nicola. KY Bob, is it something that Xbox should invest money and time into?
Yes, it is.
What studio would they have do it when literally they have all their studios working on games and they can't even work on the IP that they've got sat in the vault? Who would do it? And what IP would they work on? Where would you go?
Where would I go? I would have Machine Games make a Superman game.
Make a Spider-Man game.
Superman game. And DC they need some of that individual love, because all the DC games we seem to get are all these collaborations with everybody just kind of thrown together, and they all suck. Since the Arkham games, they all
What?
suck.
You're telling me? Are you trying to tell me that Injustice is a bad game?
Well, Injustice is a fighting game.
And does that mean that is a bad game?
No, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. That means that's not the kind of games we're talking about.
It is a game.
We are talking about action, adventure, role-playing games like Arkham and Spider-Man and games like that. We are not talking about Sesame Squad. We are not talking about the Avengers. It was just horrible. We're not talking about those games.
Yeah, no. Well, I liked Avengers Story. I didn't like the live service.
You did enjoy Avengers Story?
I liked the story. The story was good. The Avengers Story was good. Just the live service element was absolutely awful.
I think Ash is getting ready to die.
Yeah, Ash, you literally, your health's empty, you're freezing, your food and your water's empty.
Yeah, I'm just stuck in a wood, but my controller batteries said they were low, so there you go. Look, so I've just run off to get batteries, but I've got a chip.
Oh,
PlayStation will be an interesting one as well, because they do have a studio that is quite capable of doing it in Insomniac, honestly. Even though like Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2, like for what I'm seeing, like my opinion here is based on what I just saw, not because I played. So like it's not as valid as BMG's opinion here when it comes to that, or KY Boss, because both of them played those games. But my opinion is that the combat and the gameplay from Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2 are pretty much the same for what I just saw.
you leave Spider-Man alone. Spider-Man is a masterpiece.
I do understand that it is really good. I do understand that. I'm just talking about in terms of like the gameplay, the combat. Like it all seemed like the same game. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. If the team is winning, why should you change it? Okay, makes total sense for me. Fair enough. I'm saying, yeah, PlayStation would be a nice fit for a licensing thing, because they got Insomniac, but like Insomniac is way too occupied doing their other Spider-Man things as well as Wolverine. So like who knows how long it would take for them to make a Batman game.
I want a Superman game.
But
I
it
want
is
a Superman.
DC
We need a
Comics
Superman game.
signal.
The last Superman game we've got, give me 1 second. Right? And I had it framed from Frame a Game Guy. Framed.
Oh Jesus.
Because it is the best Superman game that they have ever made. And all my stuff's just collapsed, but it can wait. It can wait. Ash, you couldn't do us a favour, could you?
What do you want me to do?
Well,
You couldn't maybe talk about a topic, could you?
Yeah, we're going to move topics, but could you lift Nicola off a timeout, because I clicked it off StreamYard and it won't even let her come back.
Did you fucking ban her forever? Is that what you're
I
telling me?
don't know. It just said timeout, so I clicked it thinking it'd be like 2 minutes, but it won't let her
Son
back.
of a fucking.
I know, she's back there. She's like,
Oh, you're back. She's back. She's
She
back.
just called you a stupid bitch.
Right. Let's move on from Warner Brothers, because I say we're not doing a full show, so this will be last topic, and then we'll get ourselves out of here. I thought we'd talk about Bungie, even though it's PlayStation. I know we talk on this particular type of show. We're talking Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I know it's been mainly PlayStation, Xbox tonight. But yeah, Bungie's laid off 220 staff, which is roughly about 17% of the studio's workforce. So I'll read the article and then we'll go from there. That'll be easier. Which comes from Jordan Midler over at VGC. In a letter published on Wednesday, the Destiny creator cited rising costs of development and industry shifts. Who's ringing? Who's phoning?
He's put his hand up like he's in trouble. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir.
That's Bob.
Sorry, sir.
He's like, my bad.
Rising costs of development and industry shifts for what it called for some of the most difficult changes the studio has had to make. In the letter, the company announced two major changes to the structure of the developer going forward. First, we are deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our roles, roughly 12%. And that is of the 220 staff that was laid off. 155 have found roles within Sony over the next few quarters. And that is from Pete Parsons, the CEO of Bungie. SIE has worked tirelessly with us to identify roles for as many of our people as possible, enable us together to save a great deal of talent that would otherwise have been affected by the reduction in force. The letter also announced that the studio is working on a new sci-fi action game with PlayStation Studios. Second, we are working with PlayStation Studios leadership to spin out one of our incubation projects. And the incubation project is they were working on a mobile game. They were working on Project Payback, which was originally rumored to be Destiny 3, but what ended up actually being a third-person live service game by Bungie in the Destiny universe, but it wasn't Destiny 3. It was a spin-off of what Destiny is. An action game set in a brand new science fantasy universe to form a new studio with PlayStation Studios to continue its promising development. So pretty much they've laid off 220 of the staff. They've restructured the business. 155 of the 220 have found roles in SIE, and they've also decided to scale back on what Destiny 2 will be doing. They're now moving away from expansions. They're doing content packs, which there's going to be 2 a year, every 6 months, as well as 2 seasons a year. So the content from Destiny is going to be smaller. I would say lower quality because it's got less budget, which is a big disappointment to me. I'm a huge Destiny fan, and we're literally going to be losing it. I don't want to come back to the game. I look and think, why do I want to play the game? The game's literally now feels to me it's on live support, because they've also said 2 years down the line, if revenue and content hasn't increased in Destiny, then they'll have to reevaluate and relook at it. So to me, it's a dead game. So it was always going to happen. PlayStation was always going to eventually take over Bungie. I think it's something we all saw. Personally, I feel that PlayStation got a bad deal with what Bungie was offering, what it was. I think things were a lot worse than they made out. I don't think things where they made it out to be. And I think PlayStation have come out the worst end of it, because obviously they let Bungie pretty much tell them what live service games will or won't work. We got The Last of Us MMO cancelled because Bungie said so, and now we seem to be in the situation we are. KY Bob, is this something that you sort of seen? Did you sort of see as well that PlayStation was going to find a way to integrate Bungie one way or another? Who's to blame? Who, with the situation they're in, the backing that they've got, trying to still work independent, and they've ended up in the situation where they're being fully integrated into PlayStation Studios. Who's at fault, and what do you think the future of Bungie is going to be?
They're both a little bit at fault. For one, I do believe Bungie, we all know you got your dedicated Destiny fans out there that swear by Destiny. And I mean, it is a great game, but you're seeing it a lot more with developers here lately, especially within the last 10, 15 years. They just seem to ride these IPs to death. We've seen it with Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto. That's literally the only thing they do. And the last Grand Theft Auto 5, we've been playing that game now, for over 10 years now. It's Destiny, it's the same thing. At least when we got Halos faster from Bungie than we get Destinies from Bungie. So, yeah, at least we got Halos every 4 or 5 years.
I mean, I think it's kind of funny how there's tons of people that love to say that Halo should have stuck with Bungie. Halo should have continued to be with Bungie. Microsoft should have never bought Halo from Bungie, or if Bungie made Halo to this day, it would have been such a better game. No, it wouldn't, because first of all, after Halo Reach, Bungie was done with Halo. They didn't want to work on Halo. Actually, that was the reason why Bungie left Microsoft, because Microsoft said, "Well, guys, great game, awesome. When are you guys doing the next one?" And yeah, we don't want to do Halo anymore. What do you mean we don't want to? You guys don't want to do Halo anymore? You are going to be working on Halo, and then they decided to be independent. Microsoft smartly bought the IP from them, and it is what it is. And again, the thing that you had, for the people that say that Halo should have stuck with Bungie, or that Bungie is such a great thing nowadays, or it's better than 343 or something like that, or it's not exactly the same, it's just it's so much better, thinking that it is the previous Bungie. It isn't. The Bungie of old is completely dead, and it has been like that since even Destiny 1. The same amount of talent that you had for Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo Reach, it's not there anymore. Which actually, a good chunk of those people went to 343, other parts of it went to other studios, and yeah, it happens.
Oh God! See, do you see how quickly he hijacked my segment because I mentioned Halo?
Yes, they just walked over you, Bob. I won't stand for it.
I'm sorry, Bob. I'll shut the fuck up. Go on. I'll
Do you
mute
want
my
me to put Fabio on the timeout? There we go.
Oh God! But back to I think they both have a little bit of responsibility to bear in this, both Sony and Bungie, because Bungie, they didn't really remain independent. Okay, so maybe they remained independent with their decisions, but they were backed with Sony's money. And at the end, they had to answer to Sony because they were being backed by that money. So that's wrong on them. They shouldn't have been so gullible. And then at the same time, Sony said, "Oh yeah, we'll just let you be independent." And then in the back room, they're like, "I don't know what they're independent about. I mean, we fund them." And it's bad on them. I mean, they both carry a responsibility for it. And yes, I mean, I saw it happening. You can go back and look at all the other acquisitions that any gaming company has made. And eventually, that gaming company is synonymously known as the larger conglomerate. I mean, we don't refer to Double Fine. Double Fine is Xbox. We know who these studios are because we've been in the gaming industry for so long. We know the Turn 10s, the Playgrounds, the Double Fines. We know Undead Labs. We know these studios for what they were at the very beginning. But somebody just getting into it, they were like, "Oh, that's the Xbox Game Studio."
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was going to happen. Nobody ever stays independent. especially when they're being backed by major corporation money. It just happens, and layoffs suck. But
where do you see? Because obviously now they're being integrated. Literally, they're now being integrated fully into Sony. Herman Hulst now runs Bungie. Jeff Grubb dropped it the other day that it's actually now being run by Herman Hulst, who's head of PlayStation Studios. Do we see now a future where future Bungie games like Marathon and games that come out after that being PlayStation exclusive only?
yes,
And PC,
yes, we do.
PC as well, yeah. And anything future Destiny wise, not Destiny 2, because we know that will
Correct.
probably remain as it is. But if there was a Destiny 3, do we see that third party, or do we
Nope.
see that as PlayStation only?
PlayStation only.
Yeah, fair play, fair play. Ash, what about yourself? Where are you at on it? Are you? I know you.
He's way too occupied using Google Translator to write down reports.
I know. I'm seeing all this multi-lingo going in chat. Ginny Kung Kung Pa. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Ah.
Life, isn't it?
Means sorry, I do not understand in French.
Omelette du fromage.
Croissant, petit gâteau. No.
What are you asking me about? Anyway, I got distracted.
Bungie integrated into Sony. Do you see future games being PlayStation exclusive only? Do we still see it cross-platform? Should Sony have seen this coming from a mile away, especially when Xbox flagged them as a red
when
flag?
Xbox went, "Oh, we ain't touching that shit with a barge pole." After all the crap Xbox have touched, you think Sony would have gone, something weird here. This seems too good. And then, like I say, they literally... And as soon as Bungie started going, nah, fuck all these other games you're making, cancel them all, shut the studios down, I'd have been like, what the fuck is going on here? But now they let them do it a bit more, and then they fucked up Destiny 2. So, I don't know. I honestly don't think Bungie will... I think they might keep them open for a while, just for the name value. But it's not going to be the Bungie that was famous. It's not going to be... Bungie that exists now isn't the Halo 1 to 3 Bungie. It's a totally different team, isn't it? Really, majority will be different people. But I don't know. I see them eventually. They'll just fold them in, or they'll sell them. I like bits, or close them down. I don't know. If they're not making the money, they either want them to be multi-platform to make that money, or they're going to make them third party, like first party, should I say, and stuck on PlayStation, and then they'll make even less money because they'll look like that Concorde. Look how many, no one was looking at that Concorde. That's what will happen if Bungie make. Like, imagine if they put that Marathon game on PlayStation only. No one would care, because no one really cares anyway, but at least you can spread the 5 people per platform out, so then you get 20 players instead of just the 5 on PlayStation. It's just meh.
Yeah, because Concord, it changed mid-development into hero shooter. They're charging $40 for the game, and I played the beta, and I was not impressed with it. I didn't think it was good.
You were about 45% of the beta players on your own.
Yeah.
What was Concord before it became a shooter game?
It was originally going to be a single player heist, sci-fi heist type game.
So it would be like their other game, Fair Games, but in space.
Pretty much, yeah. The idea is you would be pretty much going to different planets with a crew and doing heists and selling the stuff you get. Kind of Guardians of the Galaxy like. That type of thing. And that's what it originally was going to be. And then they sort of switched it to a live service, 5v5 hero shooter. And you played the first couple of games, you thought, oh, this is all right. And then it was just it's just the same thing over again and again and again and again. It's not doing anything really different from what Overwatch is doing, or what like Call of Duty, that type of thing. It's all the same sort of thing. It should be a free to play game. I would imagine. I think you're going to get an announcement maybe a week or two before it comes out that it's going to be on PlayStation Plus, and anyone that pre-ordered it will get extra like credits or something like that to use in game. But I can't imagine that game doing anything longer than 6 months. I just can't see it.
But like it is a good thing that got me curious. Like you going back a little bit to Bungie, like you guys think that PlayStation is going to end up continue to have Bungie? Are they going to sell Bungie, or are they going to shut down Bungie? Not right now. Not saying right now that like that that is already decided and is happening and that's it. But like in the future, what do you see is going to? What you guys see in terms of like the Bungie PlayStation relationship?
I see Bungie in the future, after Destiny 2's said and done, after Marathon's said and done, because Marathon's not going to last long, I can see them just being a support studio. They're going to be a live service support studio.
But continue to be on the PlayStation.
Yeah, they'll still be part of PlayStation, but they won't be making games anymore. They'll just be supporting other live service games. That's where I see them going.
Oh my lord! Please just shut them down for the love of God. Then
they won't because of the name. They're going to keep.
Yeah, but who cares about the name if you are not going to be making games? Just be a support studio. It's just like equivalent to Activision Blizzard did not shut down Vicarious Visions. They actually changed their name to Blizzard something so they can become a support studio for Blizzard. Like, but we still have the guys. No, like they are not doing any other games. They are not doing Crash Bandicoots. They are not doing Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters. They're not doing any of that. So, like, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't see them making games in the future. I just see, like I say again, it's going to be that support role. They'll have the name Bungie accredited to whatever live service games they're doing. It's kind of like Nixis and things like that. They're just their support studio to port games to PC.
Yes.
I just think that's where they're going to go because the downsizing, they've cancelled literally every project going. The ones that are still the games they had incubation, apart from one game, the rest have all been cancelled. And that incubation project has moved over to PlayStation Studios, and they've moved the staff over there with it. So it's kind of like it's just going to get to that point integrated in where you're not going to hear anything new from Bungie until Destiny 2 stops supported and Marathon. That's when it will happen. That's when Bungie will be no more. It will not be a publisher or creator of games. It will just be supporting other live service games because that's what Sony wanted them for. They wanted them for their live service expertise. That is what they purchased them for because they didn't have anything like that, and that's the direction they were moving in. Yeah, they've sort of pivoted a bit, moving in a different direction, but still creating live service games. We've got the Horizon live service game yet to come, and I think it's like 3 or 4 other ones that haven't been cancelled that are still in the works. And I know Bungie are helping out and having input on that, but you're going to see it more as a full-time thing come down the road.
What do you guys think, Ash, Bob? Like, is Bungie going to be in the future independent, shut it down, or continue to be?
They can't afford to go independent. That's why they got bought by Activision. That's why they got bought by Xbox.
Were they bought by Activision?
Yeah, they got out of Activision and then it went to tits again. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they'll ever be independent again. But I don't know. I see them slowly getting shut down. Depends on how the next game does, basically.
Bob?
Yeah, it's they got out of they were happy and cozy and taken care of with Microsoft and Xbox, and then they broke out of that because they didn't want to do Halo anymore. And then they got into bed with Activision during a very tumultuous time in Activision's history, and they basically got done really, really bad, treated like shit, and help, SOS.
Bob needs help. Someone say Bob.
Yeah, so and then they got themselves out of that just to hop back into the fire because they said they would be allowed to remain independent. How far did that independence go? Was that just a decision boardroom?
Well, it was dependent on them hitting targets, which they then missed every single time so far. That's the problem.
Yeah. I smell a setup.
Yeah. It was always, Sony would have set up impossible targets they had to hit. They would have Bungie would have promised the Earth, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, and then Sony's like, well, in case you don't, we want this, and that's it's where we've ended up. It was always going to happen. You always saw it happening. PlayStation letting the one studio out of all their studios remain third party independent, but a part of PlayStation. It was never going to last long. I don't think anyone's under the illusion that was the way it was always going to work. It was never going to be.
Oh, yeah,
way.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
No. But right, I didn't think we would go this long. So what we're going to do, we are going to call it a night there. For the people that joined, thanks, Nicola. Thanks, Shadow Mole. Thanks, Dazzy, for joining us. It was literally, nothing was planned in advance. It was literally a last-minute thing. We just thought there was bits and bats to talk about. We said we were going to do stuff through the summer, and also keep an eye out. We'll probably do maybe another show or two of this. Maybe we'll do an RPG session. Maybe we'll do some game streaming. But keep an eye out all on the socials in our Discord and also on Twitter, Facebook. I think Ash posts to Facebook once in a blue moon because I think old people use that site. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. But other than that, thank you, Ash. Thank you, Fabio. Thank you, KY Bob, for being on tonight. Bob, have you got your show tonight? Game Set Live?
Yes, we're doing a show tonight. Yuso Vinny won't be able to. He's got personal matters to attend to. Hopefully, we can get Mr. Bush on there tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe we are going to be calling Wise Old Gamer just to bring some chaos into the mix as well.
He does bring chaos. God.
That's why it's so amazing.
An hour and a half show turns into 2 hours, and I'm like, oh, God, why did we let him talk? Why?
I mean, his own show lasts like 4 hours in a row. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I will get off the show because I have to get ready for work, and then I'll be at work for 2 hours, and I'll look at YouTube, and he's still live. I'm like, oh, gosh,
it is crazy. Okay, then.
Awesome. And what time's the show tonight?
7:15.
7:15. Is that Eastern Central?
That's Eastern time. 7:15 Eastern time on the KY Bobby YouTube channel.
So basically, it's going to be 11:15 p.m. for you beautiful people from the BST.
Yes.
Awesome.
From the bullshit time. So yeah.
Well, I might find myself in the chat because I don't have to be up early, so I'll probably have a nosy in chat, and check it out. But from all of us at the XPN, thank you everyone for joining us and enjoy the outro song. Good night. Hail Satan.
Power up the console lights. Press start, we're in for a ride. Ghosts in the shadows glide. Gamers unite side by side. Feel the force, let it flow. Fight the battles, feel the glow. Virtual world, watch it grow. In this realm, we're the show. XPN, the gaming high. Ready player come alive. Ash and BMG they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life all it needs. KY bomb creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm we all save.